bum bum. Body body bum 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 bum. Body bum 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 bum. Hello everybody. Welcome to another Monday night. It is time for Monday mini medicine card readings. And we just got our tree today. So I had to sit in front of the tree. And I don't know if you can see. Oops, let's see. That is Bubba the bat-winged hamster. He's our angel on top of the tree. And there is actually mini stories. Whoa, why is it not letting me? There we go. Oh crap, hold on. Technical difficulties. Hello everybody. I am in the process of setting up in front of my tree. And right as I was getting my camera ready, my Dealy Bopper phone holder kind of gave up. So I'm trying to figure out a different way to do this. Hello everybody. Merry everything and happy always. Thank you for joining me. I am Patrick, your friendly neighborhood shaman. And we are going to do some medicine card readings. So, let's see. There's my pen. So we are going to, the way this works, if you're new here, the first 6 people to comment yes in the comments. All right. Joe and Roulette. Awesome. Oh, Valerie. So all you have to, first 6 people to say yes in the comments get a 1-card medicine card reading from me. I'm going to see if I can just fix my Dealy Bopper here to put my phone on it so that it's not, oh jeez. Okay. How is everybody? Hope you're having a good holiday season. I am feeling very festive, if you might have noticed. Okay, let's see here. Behind the scenes, hopefully not too much behind the scenes, because my apartment is a mess. Rawr. All right, how do we sit there? I apologize for not being, there we go, perfect! Yay! And Bubba, our bat-winged hamster, is smiling on us. Welcome everybody. All right, now that I finally got myself organized, welcome, welcome, welcome. We are going to do some readings from my favorite deck, the medicine cards, with the totem animals, the animal spirit guides. All you have to do is comment yes in the comments, and you will get a 1-card reading if you're one of the first 6 people. We've got 3 already, so we've got 3 places. It's half full or half empty, whichever way you want to look at it. And of course, at the end, I will pull a card for everybody, so that we cover all bases, make sure everybody gets some guidance. But like I like to say, always just pay attention to all the cards. Pay attention to everything I say tonight, because it might be a reading for someone else, but there may be something in it for you. If you hear anything, words or a phrase or one of the animal cards speaks to you, take that as a sign from your heart that that message is for you. It's about helping you kind of hone those intuitive powers to be able to focus in on what, even if it seems to be for someone else, you are the creator of your reality. You are the center of your reality. So anything within the range of your perceptions technically is for you. So, oh yes, and my asking price for watching this video is if you would please share this video. So if you want to tag someone in the comments or share it to somebody's page or wall or share it to your own wall, I would appreciate that so much. Thank you very, very much. And as I'm shuffling, I just wanted to send a reminder that tomorrow night, Tuesday, December 13th, I am going to be teaching an Introduction to Shamanic Journey class in my office in downtown Renton, just upstairs from Four Sisters Holistic Remedies. From 6 to 9, it's $150 for a 3-hour class where you will actually learn the technique that, oh, hey, Anita. You will actually learn the technique that shamans have used for over 100,000 years to connect with their spirit guides. Not only will you learn the technique, you will actually connect with and interact and get guidance from your own power animal spirit guide. This class changed my life when I took it, and it's all you need to put your feet firmly on the shamanic path. Anita, did you want a one-card reading? If you just comment yes, then you'll get a reading. Stina! Hey, Stina! If anybody who's just coming on wants a one-card reading from the medicine cards, I've got 3 places open, 2 places open now. Thanks, Anita. Hi, Stina. Do you want a one-card reading? Doing the first 6 people to say yes. And Mona's here. Woo, it's a full house. 1, 2, 3, 4. Stina. Hey, Mona. Yay. Mona, I've got 1 spot left. If you want a one-card reading, just comment yes. Let me know. Some of my favorite people in the world are here. Yay. All right. So the cards are well shuffled. And let's see what we've got to work with tonight. Okay, Joe, you're first. Joe, you got that Christmas bat. So bat is, again, about rebirth. And I know, and I never answered back. I got your message this morning when I woke up, and I never got back to you. Okay, Mona. I can always do a card reading for you, Mona, anytime. So just let me know. I love you. So Joe, I know you are on a shamanic path. And when you're on the shamanic path, death and rebirth is basically the path, right? So again, it's like the words I'm hearing is that not to walk lightly upon the earth, to walk lightly in the world, because bat stays on the ceiling of the cave, right? And so when, oh, okay. We'll see when I'm done with Joe's to see if Roulette just gave Mona her spot and she can't stay very long. So I will finish up with Joe and then see Mona if you're still there and have time. Anyway, so Joe, the thing that I found myself saying over and over to people who have bat coming up is, instead of grounding downward to the earth, ground upward to spirit. Your feet are solidly in the ceiling of the cave rather than solidly on the ground. And so ground upward, ground to spirit. Allow whatever is happening physically to just fall away. It's like, I know, because I know you and I know some of what's been going on in your life lately. It's kind of like to me, this is the final piece where this is the rebirth. It's like all the changes, all the shifting, all of the stuff that has fallen away, all the different changes in your way of thinking, your way of feeling, your way of being in the world. This is the payoff. And you're getting ready to be reborn. You are reborn. This is the sign of your birth, right? Coming out of the dark. And oh, hi Jessica. I'm doing medicine card readings with the animals, and I have one spot left. If you want a 1-card reading, I'm doing a 1-card reading for the first 6 people who comment yes. I've got 1 spot left, so if you would like a reading, you'll be at the bottom of the list, but I've got 1 left if you want it. So Joe, this is a celebration. Okay, Jessica, you are on the list. You are our last person. Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, okay. So Jessica, I'll be coming back to you in a little bit. Meanwhile, I am on Joe. And so this is a celebration, my friend. This is your rebirth. This is embracing all the changes that have happened, all the ground you have covered, all of the things that you've been through lately, all the darkness you've gone into the cave, you've been in the womb, everything has been uncertain, unknown, you couldn't see a thing, didn't know what was ahead of you. Number 1, so that it will enhance your intuition, your psychic abilities, all the unseen senses. You're learning to use the Force. You're a Jedi Master now. Learning to navigate the world by the energies that underlie the world, if that makes sense. Just like the bat using sonar, literally finding its way through frequency. And so you've been tuning into the frequency since you haven't had the use of your physical senses in that spiritual journey, that it's helped to hone those other senses so that you can navigate through this world by actually using the vibes and the frequencies that actually make up this world. Does that make sense? Happy birthday, Joe. I'm so happy for you. It's like it's time to emerge from that womb. You are emerging from the womb. You are reborn. Awesome. He is a Jedi Master. Roulette says he's so moved he can't even speak right now. Oh, so I love hearing that. Good job. Good job, Joe. All right, Mona, are you still on? I never know if the little number in the corner of my screen is accurate or not. So I don't know if Mona is still here. You're so welcome, Joe. I think Mona might have had to leave already. So in that case, Roulette, you are next. Yep. All right, let's see who's coming up for Roulette. And welcome to the thing, Jessica from Texas. It never occurs to me how far out these videos go and who just might happen to see them or anything. It's kind of fascinating. All right. Roulette. Dun, 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 dun. All right, Roulette. You got the horse. It's like you kind of along the lines of Joe. You guys are so connected. I just feel this like exuberance is the word that comes to mind. It's like you've been, again, all the work you've been doing, you're getting a taste of your own power. Horse is power. Horse is that gentle, strong power that doesn't need to prove itself, right? It's a strength, it's a power that is palpable, yet it's a gentle, it's not an active, like power over kind of thing. And so horse is about learning to feel your own power, number one, where you just, I'm awesome. I love myself because I am so awesome. I love what I love. I love that I love what I love. And I love how I look at things. I love how I do things. And like just champing at the bit to explore new things, to see what's on the other side of that horizon, right? And so with that comes a new sense of freedom, a sense of being able to, what's the word I'm looking for? It's like being basically under your own power, being able to drive. You are in the driver's seat and you can go anywhere you want to. You're not beholden to anyone. You don't have to wait for public transportation. You get the spur of inspiration and you can go. There is nothing holding you back. Okay? Also, you may not know this, you may not accept this, please do, but you might not think of yourself this way, but you are actually a pillar of strength and a pillar of calm for other people. People feel better in your presence. And even when you're out and about, your energy affects other people. You know, it's like that playfulness of Horus kicking up its heels and playing and jumping, and you have that that childlike exuberance, which is contagious. And it's like you're beyond you're beyond holding, like containing it. There's nothing you can do to contain it. It's just who you are. It radiates from every pore of your body. And though it may seem, I don't know if embarrassing is self-conscious, though it might make you self-conscious sometimes, you are actually bringing a great gift to the world. Just, it's kind of the same way that equine therapy works. Like our hearts give off, our hearts are the biggest electromagnet in our bodies, right? It gives off that electromagnetic field. It goes out so far. And horses' hearts are at least twice the size of ours. And so that energy field they put out is even bigger than ours. That's why when you're around horses, unless you've got some fear or trigger or something like that, you just tend to calm down. You just tend to ground because your energy, your heart, then entrains to the heart of the horse, and you start to feel that strength, that confidence, that calmness, that power. And so that childlike exuberance that just bubbles from you actually does that same thing to others around you, whether you're out and about, at work, at home. You just automatically, I don't know if this is a verb, kind of effervescent. I was trying to make effervescent a verb because that's what you do. You bring effervescence to other people's energy. And never mind. When others are around you, their energy becomes more effervescent, just like yours. Some people might not like it, so you might get weird looks now and then, but it's like being true to yourself, becoming more authentic. You have been so much more authentic and seeing to your own needs, seeing to your own cares, putting yourself first. And it shows, and it reflects in your world and the people around you, okay? So again, kudos, good job. I hope that makes sense to you. I hope that relates to how you're feeling or what you've been experiencing. And don't be surprised if new opportunities open up to you, new gateways, new horizons. I feel like there's going to be a lot more territory for you to explore. Things that you may have thought were out of reach. Things that you kind of just put on the back burner because, oh, I'll never get to that, or someday I'll do that, or, well, that would never work. And now it's like the doors are opening for you to be able to go to those places. There's nothing holding you back. Nothing. You are the commander of your ship. You can go anywhere and do anything. There is nothing anyone else can do to stop you. And by doing that, you carry others with you. That's interesting. You carry others with you. You create that wake that others are swept into. And so by having the courage to be yourself and exploring that unknown territory, you make it safe for others to do so as well. Awesome. All right, Valerie. I got to kiss a camel today. That was awesome. We went to get our tree. Oh, you gotta wait. I have to read this. Roulette. Oh, you're so welcome. I know. I think that's part of why you and I get along so well. So we both have the inner child that has never gone away. Just like I got to kiss a camel today. We went to get our Christmas tree and they had animals and they had a yak that I got along with really well. They had a camel and the camel was amazing and I got to kiss him on the snout. And no one noticed, so we didn't get kicked out. But that was awesome. So yeah, it's that kind of childlike fervor and exuberance. They, if you come, like in, I think it's technically Carpenito Brothers, the nursery there, they're selling Christmas trees. That's where we got ours. And they have a camel and a yak in one enclosure, and they have a donkey, and a couple of regular goats and a couple of Angora goats in the other one. So I'm thinking about going down and hanging out with the camel again tomorrow because it's my day off. So we'll see what happens. The only way it could have been better is if there was a reindeer. All right, Valerie. Let's see what we've got for you. Boom. Valerie, you're going to laugh. Got the moose. Moose is self-esteem. Moose is, and I know you know this, but I'm going to say it because other people who may not have heard me doing these readings before. Moose is about self-esteem. Moose is what I call majestic dorkiness. There might be a reason. Yes, Valerie, you. You majestic dork, you. Moose is one of the most majestic animals you will ever see. If you ever get to see one in person, it's like being in the presence of royalty. And at the same time, they are one of the dorkiest looking animals on the planet. And so it's really about claiming your queenhood, claiming, so moose is the largest of the deer family, right? And so moose kind of carries inside of him that spectrum of deerness, from the smallest deer to him. Yeah, I readily admit I'm a dork. But so moose, at the same time as having the power to bulldoze anyone or anything that gets in its way, he also has the gentleness and the curiosity and the nimbleness of the smallest deer. And the feeling I'm getting, especially because it came up upright, is that you've kind of crossed a threshold. In claiming your power, in claiming who you are, because before, like I said, like Moose has all the lesser deer embodied in him, but and so if Moose isn't ready to stand in his strength, in his presence, claiming his kinghood or her queenhood, they're going to be, if you think about like a deer being kind of skittery or frightened or kind of the what's the word I'm looking for? Not the bad side of the deer or the shadow. Well, kind of shadow, but it's like being timid. That's what it is. It's like before you were more timid. Like, where do I fit in the world? What will the world allow me to do? Who will the world allow me to be? Right? And now, boom, you're starting to realize that you are the queen, that you are in charge of your world, that you can do anything you bloody well want to. And that even in the bigger things like the destiny things or your dreams and all of that, that you can do whatever it is that calls to you. There is, again, like I said with roulette, with the horse, there is nothing that can stand against you. When you finally claim your crown and your majesticness, claim your queenhood, there is nothing and no one who can stand in your way. It doesn't mean, like I've said before, Moose is just as nimble as any other deer. And so, you know, the first, like, hunters might think, oh, I can get a moose easy because they're probably trampling all the foliage and they'd be really easy to find. But they're just as hard as any other deer because they're just as nimble. They don't just crash through the woods. You can't hear them coming. They're just as quiet and gentle as the other deer. Where was I going with that? And so just because you're claiming your power doesn't mean you're just going to be stumbling and crashing through the underbrush, right? You can still be nimble. It's just a matter of owning who you are and moving with grace, giving yourself that grace to be exactly who you are. Not making excuses for how you are, but just claiming all the things that make you unique rather than being, holding them back or trying to hide, truths about yourself because of what people might think or whatever. It's like, let your freak flag fly, right? So, good job. It's just so cool. Everyone tonight so far, it's been this, woohoo! So, keep that crown chakra open. Whenever there's a challenge, whenever there's old thoughts or beliefs coming up that make you feel small, stand up in your full power and open your crown. Connect to spirit. Let that light come through you to hold you, to, what's the word I'm looking for? Basically to hold you up, to sustain you, because you don't have to do things on your own. You're not the one who needs to figure things out. Okay, spirit, ready for a download. How do I handle this? Oh, I don't? I just let it go? Okay, good. I'm going to go nibble some of that grass over there. I'm going to go for a swim. You know, so that's your assignment. Be moose. When you start to feel down, when you start to feel small and timid, like the whole world's against you, stand up. Physically stand up. Straighten your spine and open your crown. Put your hands on your head. Do the moose. And open your crown. Receive those blessings coming from the divine. Receive that light and that information and that courage and confidence. You know, it's kind of ironic because when we realize that it's not up to us to figure things out, that it's not up to us as to how things are going to happen, oh my God, it's like you become so much lighter, and it just boosts your confidence because, you know, everyone else is making it up as they go along too. And the adventure is like waiting to see how. It's like having that confidence that this is going to work out. I have no idea how. I can't wait to see what puzzle pieces fall into place. But I know they are going to, because I am wide open. I am receiving. I am connected to Spirit. Spirit is guiding me. Spirit is walking with me, walking in me, through the world. So, good job, love. All right. Anita, my friend, it's good to have you on. I miss you. I miss seeing you and hanging out, and I miss Noelle too. And say hi to Noelle next time you talk to her. All right. I figure while I'm shuffling, I should try to, thank you, Anita. I figure I should to kind of entertain you so it's not just dead air, so. Dum ba dum ba dum ba dum ba dum ba dum ba dum bum ba dum ba dum bum ba dum ba dum ba bum ba ba bum ba da bum ba da bum ba ba da bum ba da bum 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 bum. Anita, you got bear. Oh, hey, Josh, you doing your miracle roller coaster? You have to be writing a book, dude. Illustrated with your paintings, you need to be writing a book. I would be the first one in line to get it. Anyway, so Anita, sorry for that tangent. Anita, you got bear. Mother Bear. Okay, so bear is about introspection. It's about, even though you have others that you are responsible for, even though you are the one in charge of the well-being of others as the mother, you also need to make sure you're taking care of yourself. Don't just mother your children, mother yourself as well. Take care of yourself. This is a time of year, especially, rather than to, among all the mad holiday rush and everything else that you need to do, please, please, please take time for yourself to just sit, to just be quiet. Just like bear resting, bear hibernating, this time of the year, you need more rest. You need more stillness, okay? Because you need to reintegrate, you need to rejuvenate, You need to let your batteries recharge. That's what the darkness is for. That's why this time of the year we have more darkness than light, because this is the time of the year. All of the natural creatures and all of the plants even go into some sort of resting period, tuning out the outside stimulation, dropping the leaves, going into the ground, and resting. Okay? So this is a time to kind of look inside. You know, as the world gets darker on the outside, this is the time of year to find the light within us, right? I know that sounds cliched, but sometimes we need the dark in order to see the light, right? It's like, I've got the lights on so you can see me, but as soon as I'm done with this video, I'm going to go turn out all the light so that I can see the tree glowing. And that's what we do at this time of the year. The world turns darker so that we can better see our inner light. So take the time, whether it's journaling, reading, just sitting quietly, contemplating, even not doing anything, just sitting, sipping coffee, sipping hot chocolate, whatever. It's time to breathe, right? And as everything else is sleeping in the world, in the natural world, it's time for us to sleep. It's time for relaxation, for rest. And with that rest comes dreams, right? What do you do in the dark? You sleep and you dream. You dream your future. You dream, you know, and so when you're doing those quiet activity, quiet activities and activities, let yourself daydream. Let yourself just play with the what ifs. What if I actually went for that class I wanted to take? And what if I did this on my vacation? Or what if I did that? And play with it, right? It's the holiday season. It's the time for the inner child to come out, to be dazzled by all the lights, to actually believe in miracles again. So let yourself breathe. Let yourself daydream. Think about, and don't, you know, the same way that when you go to a movie and you utilize that temporary suspension of disbelief as you're daydreaming, as you're imagining, do the same thing. Don't throw all kinds of conditions on it. Don't be like, well, this would never happen. Dream as though it was the next natural step. Okay? And again, there's like no strings attached. There's no commitment. There's no, you know, not committing to an outcome, not getting attached to the outcome. Just dream for the sake of dreaming. Dream, imagine things just for the sake of how it makes you feel, right? Pretend you're the most confident person in the world with all your ducks in a row. What would that feel like? Oh, that feels pretty good. You know, take everyone else out of the equation and just think about what it would feel like to be you at your best, at your greatest. How would it feel to be fully empowered, right? Practice that. And you will find the more time, ironically, that you spend in inactivity, the more energy and enthusiasm you will have for the activities. They feed each other. It's the yin yang. It's that infinity, right? One thing feeds into the next thing, which feeds back into that. It's about alignment. Meditate. Just sit quietly and connect to spirit. Open up all your chakras. And like I was talking about with the moose, open up that crown, connect to spirit, and let spirit embody you. Let yourself embody spirit. And just notice the differences. Notice the subtle differences in how things feel. You might be doing the same things you did yesterday, but they will feel totally different. It's about being present. And when you do something fully present, fully mindfully, it makes all the difference in the world. So I hope that makes sense, my friend. You did say that you were feeling that need to do this, so you have my permission to rest. Okay. All right, Stina. Yay. I miss you. I know we just saw each other, last month? That's still too long. We still have to do our movie night with the Disney Robin Hood movie. All right, who is coming to accompany Stina? Stina, I think the last time we were together we talked about this, but you got blue heron. Oh, thanks, Anita. I appreciate you too. I really do. I really do miss you. You have to come see me sometime soon. Stina, I think we talked about heron medicine before. And there's like this, if you're paying attention, there's this whole theme that's just this thread that's running through all of the readings tonight. Because blue heron, above all else, is about stillness. It's about that alignment, standing with your head in the sky, your feet on the earth, in the mud at the bottom of the river or the stream or the pond, so that you're in alignment with spirit. You're the bridge between spirit and the physical. And standing in that stillness where you're not, it's that stillness that, because he's not creating more ripples in the water, he's not dredging up water, he's just standing perfectly still. The water calms around him, right? And the calmer the water, the more easy it is to see into the water, right? And so heron stands there casting a shadow onto the water, and the fish are drawn to the coolness of his shadow. And so by being in alignment, seeking alignment first, kind of like in the Bible when Jesus said, seek ye first the kingdom of heaven. I don't know why that came up, but I was raised Catholic, but it's like seek ye first alignment before anything else. And that makes all the difference in the world, because that's whenever things are going wonky and we're reacting and being triggered and all of that kind of stuff, is because we get out of alignment, right? And then we run around like chickens without their heads trying to fix everything. It's like, I don't have time to meditate. I don't have time to sit. I don't have time to get in alignment. I need to fix this stuff now, right? But if we aligned first, number one, it would be easier to put the pieces back together. Number two, you would know which pieces you could just let fall to the floor. Number three, there was a number three. When you're in alignment, everything you do is inspired action because you're in tune with spirit. And so you are just guided, you are nudged intuitively toward what the highest good of yourself, of everyone around you. And I'm losing my train of thought. Align. so that when you are in alignment, everything you do has exponentially more power, more effect on the outside world than it does if you're not in alignment. If you're not in alignment, all you're doing is rearranging boxes. All the fires you're trying to put out, all the things you're trying to tie together, all the things that you're trying to make work is just rearranging boxes. There's no real change there. And so by aligning, being that bridge between spirit and earth, heaven and earth, everything you do comes from that bridge. Everything you do ties heaven to earth. And therefore is actual change, is actual growth. And I know that you have so many things you're always on the go, and you're always, again, you're such a good mother. But there needs to be that time of stillness, and I don't know. Allowing, just like Heron casting that shadow on the water, and the fish come to him. It's like when you're in that stillness, you don't have to chase your prey. Heron is one of the best hunters in the animal kingdom, but he doesn't have to stalk his prey. His prey comes to him because he's in alignment, because of that stillness, because of his connection between earth and sky. So that is your priority, my friend, to seek that alignment, to make sure you're connected, spirit and the earth. And then whatever you do is so much more powerful. Okay, I hope that makes sense to you. I hope that is helpful. The other thing that's popping in, my guides wouldn't let me go to the next one yet because there's a thing also about Heron, about solitude. Oh, I'm glad that's helpful. The other thing my guides are having me say about Heron is a very solitary creature. They love their solitude. They usually are on their own unless it's time to roost or time to breed or whatever. And it's not that they don't like others of their kind. They actually, when they meet, when two herons meet, they actually do a chest bump. They actually meet each other heart to heart. So they have huge hearts. They're very compassionate. They love their tribe, but they also have a very solitary lifestyle. Meaning, okay, hold on one second. Meaning that there's not a lot of others that will understand what you're doing, where you're going, but you don't need others to approve of you. You don't need anyone to approve. You don't have to ask permission. You are the sovereign being, creator of your reality. And there's nothing that you can't change in your reality. I hope that makes sense. I'm not sure why they stopped me to make me say all of that, but there's something about that solitary, not putting yourself on hold, not holding yourself hostage until someone else says the right thing or approves or gets with the program or whatever it is. Don't put yourself on hold because other people aren't ready for you. Does that make sense? You are your priority. I hope that's helpful. I hope that makes sense to you. All right, Jessica, it is your turn. Jessica from Texas. Thanks for joining us. I hope you're still here. I know it was a while since you came on, so hopefully you're still here. And I keep watching the number up in the corner. Oh, good. You're welcome, Stina. You're one of my favorite people in the world. My dear sister. Awesome, Jessica's here. Woohoo! All right, Jessica, let's see. Thank you for joining us. It's good to have you with us. We do this every Monday night, by the way, just so you know. Oh, you did? You got a reading from me in Tacoma? Oh, thank you. Well, I'm glad to have you back, Jessica. It's got all warm tingles. It really means a lot to me. It really means a lot to other readers when people come back. Then we know we're doing our job. And we know that we're having a positive effect on others. So thank you, Jessica. That means a lot to me. Thank you. Okay, let's see who is going to accompany you this week. Okay, you. Oh, you got 2 cards. 2 cards jumped out. So, the 2 cards that came out for you, Jessica, are the Ant and Buffalo. Buffalo came out reversed. So, my guy just said it was the best of times, it was the worst of times. It's like you've got the big and the small. Ant being the first one that came out and being the one that's upright. Ant is about patience. And it's not this, just hold your horses, just settle down. I don't mean it to be like, cool your jets. But Ant brings, it is that, like, have patience. Remember, Rome wasn't built in a day. That, it's one step after the next step after the next step. You don't build the presidential suite on the top floor before you build the Starbucks on the ground floor of the building or whatever, right? So there's that. A lot of people, like, this is one of the I'll say least liked cards in the deck. Because as soon as I say patience, people are like, no! But the thing is, Ant doesn't just bring that message of patience. Ant brings the, what's the word? Promise. Ant brings the promise of things to come. Ant brings the promise that things are happening. Things are moving. That there is an end in sight. That there is an end product. That things are building to that. And it will come to fruition in divine timing. Okay? So the hardest part for most people is that having to wait for things to come into play. But the good part is that things are happening. Things are coming together. And you're not alone. You know, you've got one little tiny ant with one little tiny leaf in his mandibles. But there's millions more ants scurrying around. They might each have a little piece of leaf in their mandibles, but by each of them just taking what they're responsible for, this little piece of the puzzle, bringing it back to the anthill, all the ants get fed. So never underestimate your power to change the world. Never underestimate your, tiny little insignificant life to have a global effect, because everything you do affects the whole. We are all intimately connected, heart to heart, and we're connected to every living thing. And when I say that, I include the rock people and the tree people and the cloud people and the star nations. You are connected intimately with everything. So everything you do does have an effect. And you're not alone, like I said. There are so many others walking the same path. You may not be aware of them, you might not see them, but they are there. You are part of this web of light that is building toward a better tomorrow. God, that sounds retro, doesn't it? And all you have to take care of is what's right in front of you. You might be able to carry 10 times your own body weight. That doesn't mean you're supposed to. Like my guides are always telling me, if it's too heavy, put it down. You don't have to carry the world on your own shoulders, okay? It's not up to you to save the world, to save other people. The only one you're in charge of is yourself. And if you're buckling down under all these obligations and responsibilities and expectations, and you're carrying other people's crap, when you or someone else actually needs assistance, you have nothing left to give. Your cup is full, right? One of my favorite sayings lately is how does it go? No able-bodied adult should be carried to the top of the mountain. Put everyone else down and just take care of yourself. You're stronger than most. And those of us who are empathic, those of us who are healers or readers or whatever, grew up thinking that we were less than anyone else and that it was our job to carry everyone else. This is not true. You put everyone else down. That's not saying you don't help others when you can. If there's something you can do to assist someone, by all means. But no able-bodied adult should be carried to the top of the mountain. You don't need to be a shuttle service for others. Because when someone comes along that actually does need to be carried, you've got no arms left. Even though you've got 6 legs, you have no arms left to help anyone else. Does that make sense? So it's just having patience. Know that things are building, that there is a blueprint. There is mock-ups of whatever this is, whatever is manifesting in your life, that it is coming together. And the reason that Buffalo is in reverse is because it's just not time for this to manifest yet. Buffalo is abundance. Now, when we say abundance, in our society, our thoughts automatically go to money, right? Finances. But abundance is not just the finances. Um, oh, you're just waiting to be fully licensed as a therapist in Washington. Okay, so this is perfect. You're a single mom. You've got boundaries with your family and friends. That's what this is about. So that when the licensing comes through, when you step into that power, when you step into that role, you can't help anyone else as a therapist if you're carrying too many issues with family and friends, right? And so right now that is your lesson, is that patience, taking it one step at a time, learning what you're responsible for, learning what you're not responsible for. And you are not responsible for the thoughts or beliefs of anyone else. What anyone else believes about you is none of your business. It has nothing to do with who you are. Nothing anyone says or does can take away the light within you, that divine love that is your essence. And what this also tells me about you is that no matter what happens, you just keep going and going and going. I got things to do. And so they might try to rain on your parade. They might try to get a ride on your back or whatever, metaphorically. But you just keep going and going and going. That's a strength of yours. And this is what's in the wings waiting for you. Abundance. Not just money, but abundance includes home, shelter, clothing, transportation, food. That's abundance. And so it's like, as this is building and building and building, this is what's waiting to be made known to you. You haven't achieved it yet. It's not quite here yet. But this wouldn't be here if it wasn't already determined to come true. Okay? Buffalo was the lifeblood of the Plains Indians back in their nomadic days. Provided everything, like I said, shelter, clothing, tools, everything came from the bison. And so bison, in a way, is an embodiment of Mother Earth herself, providing everything you need. So it's not that, in reverse, like, oh, you poor thing, you're never going to get there. It's like, oh, you're cursed. You're never going to. No, no, no. You are manifesting your dreams, and they are about to come true. Okay. I mean, and not like happily ever after and no more challenges or anything like that. That's not what I'm saying. But it's not so much about gaining, how do I put it? This is about thriving, not just surviving. This is about knowing all your needs are met. What am I trying to say? There's something else my guys are trying to tell me. It's so interesting doing these videos because I'm trying to pay attention to the video and what I'm saying and what people are commenting, and at the same time tune into my guides. Give me a second. Oh, nice. Okay. So you are definitely on the right path. You are definitely on the right road. It just may take a little bit longer, but this is what's waiting for you. And what my guide just told me to tell you is that not only is this your needs being provided, the universe providing everything you need to thrive. But this is about you becoming Buffalo, about having enough to provide for your family. You become the sustenance of them. Just not by going out of your way, not by scrimping and saving, but just by being who you are. Again, standing into your power, which seems to be the common thread through all the readings tonight. You become that presence, and you open, like Joseph Campbell said about following your bliss. You know, when you move in the direction of your dreams, doors open where before there were only walls. And so things are going to work out. Seriously. You have more help and assistance than you realize. And you are destined to get here, okay? So I hope that helps. I just got chills. I'm so glad you could join us tonight, Jessica. Thank you for coming on. All right, so one last card before we call it a night. One card for everybody, whether you got a one-card reading or not, so that everyone is covered, everyone has guidance for the week. You're so welcome, Jessica. Wait, did he come up? No, he came up that way. Raccoon. Raccoon is about I just keep running back to that childlike exuberance I was talking to Roulette about. That rascally rambunctiousness, breaking the rules, but it's like knowing the loopholes, being able to find your way where you're not supposed to be, and laughing about it the whole time. He's the noble thief, right? That even as the mask, right? I always call him the Robin Hood of the animal kingdom, because part of their medicine is that when they go out scavenging for food, they always bring it back to the family. They don't consume it out there. They bring it back to make sure the young and the elderly get fed first. So it's kind of this Robin Hood thing, you know. But even more so because they enjoy it. It's like, you know, stand and deliver, you know, like Robin Hood laughing at the rich friars from the top of the trees and enjoying every moment of interrupting their journey through Sherwood Forest to pay the taxes, and giving those taxes to the poor, needy people. So I'm trying to, again, my guides. Okay, how are they trying to say this? Okay, I do not take responsibility for this. This is what my guide said, word for word. Wreak good havoc. It's kind of like, you know, the random acts of kindness or guerrilla artwork, whatever. Wreak good havoc. Be the, like Dr. Wayne Dyer talks about when he was a kid. His teacher would send notes home with him, and he couldn't quite read. What he heard the teacher say was that he was a scurvy elephant. What the teacher actually said was a disturbing element. And so he took that to heart and made sure his entire life he was a scurvy elephant. Be that disturbing element for good. No destruction, no putting people down, but welcome others into that childlike exuberance. Invite others to play. Be that, goodwill ambassador, especially at this time of the year. Be the embodiment of Santa Claus. Call in Santa and be Santa Claus. Let Santa breathe and live and act through you. But wreak good havoc. Break down the old system with love, with inclusion, with compassion, and how do you say that word? Jollity? That's not it. Be jolly and merry, like the men of Sherwood Forest, the merry men, and the elves making merry and being jolly. Be that presence of holiday cheer, of Christmas spirit, of the presence of that childlike curiosity, that childlike exuberance in the world, that sense of wonderment and adventure, right? Now is the time, okay? Alrighty, so that is our night. That's the readings for tonight. Thank you so much for joining me. Before we go, I wanted to remind you again that tomorrow evening, Tuesday, December 13th, from 6 to 9, I'm teaching an Introduction to Shamanic Journey class. So if you've ever wondered what a shaman was, what is shamanism, what does it mean, where did it come from, this is the class for you. And you can find it on my Facebook page. I've got the event information. I've got it on my website, perchingwolfstudios.net. There's still time, there's still space to sign up, and you will learn the technique shamans have used for over 100,000 years to connect to their spirit guides. So you will leave the class tomorrow having connected with and gotten guidance from your own power animal spirit guide. So, and it's local, it's in person, not a Zoom thing at the moment. I might do another one in January for Zoom if people are interested. And along with that, I am also available for full readings, 5-card readings or more, and all kinds of shamanic services and healings and that kind of thing. And if you would like to give someone the gift of insight for the holidays, I have gift certificates for whatever I do, healings or readings. We're going to do a soul retrieval. Or actually any kind of healing. I need to have the permission of that person first. But readings, everything. And I also, you can see on my website and on my Facebook page, I also have available some graphic novels I'd made, a couple of coloring books, animal spirit, what did I call it? An animal spirit alphabet coloring book, where there's a poem for each animal, for every letter of the alphabet, with a picture to color. I don't have one at hand, or I would show you. And I've got graphic novels that I've self-published. You can find the link. I'll put the link in the description here. You can check that out as well. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for sharing my video. I hope you come back next week. I think that's it. So thank you again. Till I see you next time, know that I love you, that I see you, and that I honor you. Have a wonderful, wonderful week, everyone. Go shining. Bye.